The Amazon River, a name that evokes images of vast, untamed wilderness. It is a lifeline of our planet. Flowing over 4,000 miles, it is the lifeblood of South America. It carries more water than any other river on Earth. The Amazon basin is a treasure trove of biodiversity, home to countless species of plants and animals. The Amazon River is not just a geographical wonder, it plays a vital role in regulating the Earth's climate. Its rainforest absorbs vast amounts of carbon dioxide. This helps to mitigate the effects of climate change. The river's health is crucial for the well-being of our planet. The Amazon River presents unique challenges for bridge construction. The river's course meanders through dense rainforest. This makes access difficult and costly. The terrain itself is often swampy and unstable. This poses a challenge for laying foundations. The sheer scale of the river is daunting. In some places it spans several miles in width. The Amazon does not flow consistently. It has a seasonal flow that fluctuates greatly throughout the year. During the rainy season, the water level can rise by as much as 40 feet. This puts immense pressure on any structure built across it. These factors combined make bridge construction a logistical nightmare. The Amazon rainforest is one of the most biodiverse ecosystems on Earth. It is home to a staggering array of plants and animals. Many of these species are found nowhere else. A bridge across the Amazon could disrupt this delicate balance. The construction process itself could have devastating consequences. Deforestation for access roads and building materials would fragment the rainforest. This would isolate animal populations and disrupt migration patterns. Pollution from construction activities could contaminate the water supply. This would harm aquatic life and the communities that rely on the river. Building a bridge over the Amazon is not just a matter of overcoming logistical hurdles, it is an engineering challenge of unprecedented proportions. The river's width and depth would require innovative design and construction techniques. The constantly shifting riverbed adds another layer of complexity. The seasonal flooding poses a significant threat. The force of the water during these periods is immense. Any bridge would need to withstand this onslaught. Finding materials strong enough yet flexible enough to cope with these conditions is no easy feat. The sheer scale of the project would require enormous resources. This raises questions about its feasibility. Section 5. The price of progress. The construction of a bridge over the Amazon would come at a hefty price tag. This ambitious project aims to connect regions that have long been isolated, promising to bring new opportunities and economic growth. However, the financial implications are just the tip of the iceberg. The economic costs are significant. The challenging terrain with its dense jungle and rugged landscapes presents numerous obstacles. Engineers and construction workers must navigate these difficulties, which inevitably drives up costs. The need for specialized materials designed to withstand the harsh environmental conditions of the Amazon further adds to the expense. These materials are not only costly, but also require skilled labor to handle and install, and the sheer scale of the project would all contribute to the astronomical expense. The bridge is envisioned to be a marvel of modern engineering, stretching across vast distances and requiring extensive resources. While advocates argue that a bridge would boost economic development, bringing new business opportunities and improving access to markets, the reality is more nuanced. The benefits of a bridge would likely be concentrated in certain areas, primarily those that are already experiencing some level of development. These areas are already relatively well connected and stand to gain the most from improved infrastructure. Remote communities, often most in need of improved infrastructure, might see little benefit. These isolated villages rely heavily on traditional means of transportation such as boats, and may not experience the same level of economic uplift. Often most in need of improved infrastructure might see little benefit. The bridge might bypass these communities, leaving them as isolated as before, while the focus remains on more accessible regions. The environmental costs, as we have seen, are potentially devastating. The construction process would inevitably lead to deforestation, disrupting the delicate balance of the ecosystem. Pollution from construction activities could further harm the river and its surroundings. These costs are often difficult to quantify in economic terms. Experts argue that the long-term environmental damage could outweigh the immediate economic benefits, making it a contentious issue. but they are nonetheless real and must be factored into any cost-benefit analysis. The impact on wildlife, the loss of biodiversity, and the potential for irreversible damage to one of the world's most vital ecosystems are critical considerations that cannot be ignored. The Amazon rainforest is not just a wilderness. It is a vast, vibrant ecosystem teeming with life, both seen and unseen. The dense canopy shelters countless species of plants and animals, many of which are found nowhere else on Earth. But beyond its natural wonders, the Amazon is a living, breathing home to millions of people who have thrived here for generations. It is home to over 30 million people, including a diverse array of communities that have developed a deep connection with the land. These communities rely on the forest for their daily needs, from food and medicine to shelter and spiritual sustenance. This includes over 350 indigenous groups, each with its own unique culture and relationship with the forest. Their traditions, languages, and ways of life are intricately woven into the fabric of the Amazon, creating a rich tapestry of human diversity. For many indigenous communities, the Amazon River is more than just a waterway. It is the lifeblood of their existence, providing sustenance and a means of transportation. The river is also a source of stories and legends passed down through generations that shape their understanding of the world. It is a sacred entity, central to their spiritual beliefs and way of life. Rituals and ceremonies by the river are a testament to their reverence for this vital resource, reflecting a profound respect for nature that is often lost in modern society. A bridge, while perhaps a symbol of progress to some, represents a threat to their traditional way of life. The construction of infrastructure projects can lead to the displacement of communities, the loss of ancestral lands, and the erosion of cultural heritage. It could lead to increased deforestation, disrupting their hunting grounds and sacred sites. The clearing of forests for agriculture, logging, and mining not only destroys habitats, but also releases vast amounts of carbon dioxide, contributing to climate change. It could also open up their lands to exploitation by outsiders. The influx of external interests often brings with it environmental degradation, social conflict, and economic inequality, further marginalizing indigenous communities. This could have devastating consequences for their cultures and livelihoods. The loss of biodiversity, the disruption of ecosystems, and the weakening of social structures pose existential threats to the people who call the Amazon home. Their voices, often marginalized, must be heard in any discussion about the future of the Amazon. It is crucial to recognize and respect their knowledge, wisdom, and rights, ensuring that they play a central role in the stewardship of this irreplaceable treasure. The Amazon rainforest is facing unprecedented threats. Deforestation, driven by agricultural expansion and illegal logging, is occurring at an alarming rate. Climate change is exacerbating these problems, leading to more frequent droughts and wildfires. The future of the Amazon, and indeed the planet, hangs in the balance. Building a bridge over the Amazon would be a monumental undertaking. It would require innovative engineering, careful planning, and a deep understanding of the river's complex ecosystem. However, the question remains, should we? Is it possible to build a bridge across the Amazon without causing irreparable damage to this vital ecosystem? The Amazon River is a symbol of the delicate balance of nature. It is a reminder that our actions have consequences. The decision of whether or not to build a bridge over the Amazon is not one to be taken lightly. It requires careful consideration of the economic, social, and environmental implications. We must weigh the potential benefits against the potential risks, and we must listen to the voices of those most affected, including the indigenous communities who call the Amazon home. The future of the Amazon is in our hands. The Amazon River, with all its power and majesty, is a fragile giant. It needs our protection. Stretching over 4,000 miles, it is the lifeblood of the world's largest rainforest, home to countless species of plants and animals. This river is not just a geographical feature, it is a vital artery that sustains an entire ecosystem. We must act as guardians of this vital ecosystem. The Amazon is a treasure trove of biodiversity, housing 1 in 10 known species on Earth. From the smallest insects to the largest mammals, every creature plays a role in maintaining the delicate balance of this environment. We must ensure its survival for future generations. The children who play in its forests today are the stewards of tomorrow. They deserve to inherit a world where the Amazon still thrives, where its rivers run clear, and its forests stand tall. The challenge before us is not just to preserve the Amazon, it is to combat the threats it faces, from deforestation to climate change. These challenges are immense, but they are not insurmountable. With collective effort, we can turn the tide. It is to find a way to live in harmony with it. Indigenous communities have done this for centuries, their knowledge and traditions offering invaluable insights into sustainable living. We must learn from them and support their efforts. We must support sustainable practices that benefit both people and the planet. From sustainable agriculture to renewable energy projects, these initiatives show that it is possible to meet human needs without compromising the health of the ecosystem. We must empower local communities to protect their forests and their way of life. They are the true guardians of the Amazon, and their voices must be heard in the global conversation about its future. The fate of the Amazon, and indeed our own, depends on the choices we make today. Let us choose wisely. Every action we take, no matter how small, can contribute to the preservation of this magnificent ecosystem. Let us choose to be guardians of the Amazon. Together, we can ensure that this irreplaceable treasure continues to inspire and sustain life for generations to come.